Guys, I fucked some stuff up. Not gonna lie to you. So basically, this video, the following one, and however many more I deem appropriate will be post-commentary. Meaning that I'm talking about the video I've recorded, as opposed to speaking while playing the game. There are a couple reasons for this, and they're all my own shit, my own problems, because I am new to this. I don't know. 30 plus videos equal new still? You decide. Well, I had to redo it, and here it is. So, I mean, this part here, it's a miserable failure on my part, but I had to re-record the final battle for Uesugi several times, for various reasons, but it's all good in this one. Everything turns out just fine. You can see I sent in the same people that I usually would, nothing too different there. I don't have a ninja, which probably could have been bad. It could have been a cause for another re-record, but they didn't have any diviners or anything special, so it's all good. It's all good. I would like to mention here, during the Kenshin route, and I mention this because it's winter for myself, her territories of Uesugi are covered in snow. They don't ever discuss the climate of the game, though I would assume it's the same as Japan is in real life. Which means that, yeah, I guess the northern portion of Japan would be snowy if it was wintertime. It would certainly be cooler. And in Kenshin's route, which is why I bring it up, it is snowy. Her route, they discuss the snow, Rance almost freezes to death, things like that. Otherwise, though, they don't talk about the weather. Well, they talk about the weather, but they don't talk about, like, the seasons or things. I assume the seasons change. The game goes on for a really long time. They never talk about that, though. Yeah, I don't know why. I guess it's not really an important thing. So, why bother, right? Yeah, also think that Japan, I mean, the Alisoft map is very weird. If you've ever seen it, I can find the link somewhere and provide it, but Alisoft has their own world map for all their games, and it's basically just Europe through Japan. Like, it has, like, there is no American side of the world. There is no North or South America. It's just Europe, with, I guess, China kind of at the center of that, and then Japan on the side. I don't actually recall on that map whether or not Japan is slanted as it is in this game or not, but it's based on the real world map, but it's not really totally accurate. I mean, you can see, I'll point it out once I get down. Or no, I'll just tell you now, the map, when you look at Japan, when you look at it, just notice that the islands are smashed into it. Japan is a series of islands, basically, the nation is, and all the little islands around the biggest portion of Japan just are there. They belong to Japan, many of them do, and in this game, they decided to smash those islands right up into the mainland. So, Shikoku, Takuga's territory, is normally an island. It's part of Japan in this game, literally. And the westernmost portion of Japan in this game is also smashed onto Japan, and it's an island in real life next to Japan as well, but in this game it's got territories called Morocco and Africa and Amazon. I don't really know why. It's funny, and it makes the game more interesting. You'll see. And they flesh that out well enough. I mean, you get a tropical African warrior girl from over there. She's pretty cool. See more of that later. But here I've taken over Uesugi, and Rance is liberating Kenshin and Ai from the clutches of Kinsei. He actually does some pretty horrible shit to them if you let him sit long enough. If you declare war on Uesugi and you don't, well, let me start over. If Kensei makes a plea bargain with you, he's like, hey, let us become your vassal, and you say no for 5 turns in a row, he'll rape and kill Kenshin and Ai. And the game gives you a CG for that, and it's basically a Guro scene of I think Kenshin and I being speared and a lot of drug use involved. It's pretty bad. It's kind of depressing. I don't know how in the fuck you're supposed to get that normally. Like, I mean, I had to go way out of my way to get that scene because it only takes 1, 2, 3 turns tops to overthrow the last bit of Kensei's territory. And really, if you spend 5 turns and you can't do it, and you're actually trying to do it, then what the fuck are you doing? I mean, I could understand if Uesugi happened to declare war on you, but if you've already taken one of their territories, you obviously have the intention to finish them up. You're not going to take one of their territories, oh, Kensei's there now, let me go do other things. No. No one would do that. So, yeah, it's kind of, I would consider it a hidden CG because of that. No one's really going to know about that unless you read up on it. That's what I did. I read up on pretty much all the CG, all the ones that aren't explicit. I mean, there are some really well hidden ones in this game that you're not gonna find probably on your own. I mean, I don't want to say you won't find it on your own because almost every fucking person on Earth is more creative than me, and they may have a better idea about what they're doing. Some of it's just wishful thinking, though, and it just happens to have a CG. Like, the Mori sisters, you can get a threesome with them, and that CG is one of the few I have not gotten, because it's rather hard to obtain them all, and I don't play the routes where you're able to do that very often. That scene, if you found that on your own, kudos to you. Holy shit. I doubt you found it on your own, but if you did, good job. I sure as fuck wouldn't have. There are a bunch like that, and yeah, I would consider the one with the Guro aphrodisiac. Yeah, I don't say that word out loud very often. Type it a lot. Yeah, so this is how this goes. Rance actually kills Kensei for Kenshin because, you know, it was her uncle. I could probably kill my uncle, so. Oh well, hopefully none of them are in my house to hear that. So you don't automatically get Kenshin and Ai here either. You have to go and recruit them from the Uesugi territory. And you can't recruit Ai unless you've recruited Kenshin. Not really surprising. And, yeah. Here's the scene. It's a good one. I like this scene. Katsuko's pretty hot, and so's Tarako, but you don't see Tarako do anything. She just kind of watches. I don't know. I'd like Taraka to have a scene. She has weird-looking eyes and armor. Doesn't really look that human. I don't know. It's all Japanese drawings. I don't know. There isn't really. I mean, like, look at Suzume's eyes. A really roundabout way for me to say what I'm trying to say is to look at the other characters' eyes and compare them to Tarako's. None of them are really human-looking. You know, they're all big and they're all glowy and cool-looking. Yeah. And I'm recruiting Kenshin here. Suzume comes with, Rance is there, talking to her. Rance and Suzume don't know that Koime and 3G are also watching, which could also mean that Koime is required. Now that I think about it. Oh well. Yeah, I mean, I guess Kohime may actually be required for this to recruit Kenshin. I don't know. She doesn't play an important role in this scene, but it's a possibility that I haven't investigated, so I'll announce it. And they're joking here about Kenshin and her, I guess, religious background beliefs. Which, I'm glad that they included all that stuff, because it was really, what is Japan? It's like Buddhism and Shinto, and that's it. There's nothing else there, really. I mean, every single other religion is in such a small minority in Japan, it's insane. Probably why their suicide rates are amazingly high. But so yeah, Kenshin will join the army. She's average warrior unit. Starts out with low troop size. Kind kind of sucks when that happens because a lot of the people you'll fight them, oh shit, they've got like 800 troops. Damn, can't wait to get them in my army. Here you go, 400 troop size Kenshin. Thanks. So, that happens quite a lot. You'll get used to it. Just buff them up. I think that I actually do immediately increase Kenshin's troop size in the video as well. It's kind of nice doing it post-commentary because then I can look at my past actions and be like, so what the fuck was I doing? That's not a logical thing to do. I mean, I looked at the other recordings I had of when I had lost the Uesugi capital, and I was fairly disappointed in myself, but whatever. I mean, and I also realized that a lot of these videos, because it's Rance and because it's random, stuff like the event at Hanoji, which I'm looking forward to that a lot. I realize that I'll have to probably pre-record and commentate on that, because some of the stuff there is so terribly random. If you haven't played the game before, and hopefully I don't care about the story and shit, I don't know. I've ruined so much stuff for you if you haven't played the game. I've kept a lot secret though. Haha. Don't think I'm blowing it all for you. Nope. If you've played it, you know how random stuff at Hanoji can be. Just the commander battles can be really bullshit at times, and I'm gonna have to treat it knowing that. It's gonna be weird. I'll figure it out though. You guys won't be able to tell the difference, I promise. So, recruit Kenshin, come on. Yeah, you have to go and recruit Ai as well, it's separate, so I think I get them both here. Maybe. I don't know. But Ai is just such a good unit. God damn. I cannot live without Ai in this game. She's so important. Yeah, I mean, she's 1 rank away and 2 abilities from having the highest rank tactician skills. There's add status effect and remove status effect 1, 2, 3. Akechi has 1. Uruza has 1. All of the other tacticians you get have like 1. One of the endgame tacticians that you face has 1. And Ai comes with both 2s. I think Sanade Torin comes with 2. I don't remember. I don't use that with him usually. He has a couple other abilities that I use. But Ai is really good because of that. Just amazing. And you'll get to see them in combat in the following parts. And I always deploy them together.